What's up? Good evening to all you wrestling fans on the Godfather Soldiers from Swimming. Listen to me, AEW, trying to be a terrible show once again. And my topic tonight's called Pathetic, Pathetic, Painful, and Putrid um, well, Pathetic, Painful, and Putrid in where they were tonight. Phoenix. Is AEW Revolution gonna be any good in 2 weeks? That's my name of my topic. Before I do, I'm gonna open up the show a little bit of music. I already know. Remember this number one hit single from 1985 is called "I Want to Know What Love Is" by Foreigner. So stick around. Right back. You're gonna get the music playing. I'll be right back. Right, right back. I want to know what love is by Foreigner. I'll be right back. Play the music. Yep, all you just heard, I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner, one of the best songs of the 80s, of 1985. Number one hit single. Very good song. So let's get down to business. Tonight's show, yeah, all I Want to Know Love is a very good song. I love that song too. Let's get down to how terrible tonight's show was. Wednesday night, we kicked things off with the arrival of MJF to ringside. Commentary reminding us that there's a strict no-touch policy between he and Hangman and Page. Speaking of Page, makes his way to the ring. Next, a missed chance from the crowd. Security has surrounded the ring for this face-to-face. The two men staring at each other down as the crowd continues to chant in favor of the Hangman, for the MJF as the mic making fun of the crowd as he begins to speak. He talks about the first pay-per-view event of AEW and his first match, the Casino Gauntlet. And the fact he had the match one before Page screwed him. Max says he has to scratch his claw way back to the top, doing so by beating some of the biggest names that were in the business. He mockingly says he doesn't remember who he beat for his Dynamite ring, remembering it was Page. For going on to win it 6 times, he also main evented the biggest show of all time inside Wembley Stadium, and was the longest AEW World Champion of all time. And do you know why? The crowd chants MJF to shut up and reminds us that his name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or say Maxwell Jackass Friedman, and he is better than you, and you know it. Page says he knows exactly who MJF is, a 28-year-old man who is already a decorated wrestler, and yet he can't be happy because there's something that he still hasn't been able to win from the fans. It's roused MJF saying that he doesn't care about the fans before telling them to shut up when they boo him. He thinks it's laughable when the fans decide morals in this business. Mocking Page for being considered to be the main character after everything he has done over the past couple of years. MJF runs down a long list of things Page has done, and yet he is the good guy. The crowd, he mocks the crowd for chanting Cody sucks for their so-called hero, leading them into another chant for mocking Page some more. He asks if he ever everything has Page everything. Does Page love himself? Does he love himself after ending the career of his mentor after dismantling Christopher Daniels? He insults Daniels a few times throughout, which enrages Page as he says Daniels is times the man MJF is. He talks about what Daniels gave for this business, saying Daniels knows that he has it every other way. He calls Christopher the best of us, recognizing everything he has done for the business. Starts as a fallen angel chant to interrupt Page. Before he continues by saying MJF doesn't understand that type of selfishness. If your career ended tonight and you don't wipe that grin off your face, it might have your career ended tonight. What will people say about you? He says Friedman will be called a coward by those who who talk about him before answering why the people still care about him. He doesn't want to be arrogant enough to fully understand, but he can speak for himself. He knows right what knows right from wrong, and he isn't afraid to speak up about it. He's not afraid to stand up for what's right, seeing it eye to eye. He worked hard for everything he's accomplished. Whereas MJF has to cheat for the past 5 years for everything he has done. He wonders if moron Jackass Freeman truly believes he is better than everyone else. But the Hangman doesn't think so. He thinks he is that he thinks that deep down, Max knows it too. MJF laughs at Page, calling him a child before insisting the history books. Don't care how he succeeded. He talks about the powers that be, propping Page up to be the golden boy of the company before it even opened his doors, giving him everything he needed. And all Max had was a scarf and a mic. He insists that Page has earned nothing before him to name one thing that makes him better than Freeman. And Page responds by simply saying that he's real, dropping the mic in the process. He says he can be the hero all he wants. He has no problem being the bad guy. We get those two nose to nose as security hops onto the apron to intervene. The two nearly come to blows where MJF simply backs up with his turning his back to the Hangman to see if he can try to blindside him. And when Page doesn't, he spits at the Hangman. This causes Page to rush at him. Security pulling him away as MJF retreats with a grin up the ramp to the stage. Page takes his anger out on security, but stops himself with this short line laying out Daniels in the ring. We overhear Daniels telling Hangman that this is what he was hoping for, that Page knows who he is. Page finally collects himself enough to leave the ring, relatively calmly as his music hits. Daniels relieving security of their duty before grabbing his jacket to leave the ring. Commentary runs down what is going later tonight, followed by a look back at AEW Grand Slam Australia. We hear from the new AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm later tonight, but right now we go back to ringside, where the Patriarchy make their way out to the chorus of boos ahead of our next opening match, which goes down after this ad break. When we go our commercial break, we cut backstage to where Roderick Strong is asked for his thoughts ahead of facing Orange Cassidy in our main event. Strong says that despite being friends with Kyle O'Reilly, he is ready to beat the fellow former champion to move on to Revolution. Kyle calls Orange's war, but says Roderick Strong is going to break that back. Adam Cole saying that a win for Strong is undisputed. Back at ringside, Ops make their entrance with a neat pyro display before heading to the ring to get this opening match underway. Yachts versus Patriarchy. It started with Shibata and Sabian trading holds, with Shibata taking Kip to the mat. Sabian takes control. He hits Shibata to the ropes, but is met with resistance as Shibata fights back with a knee to the gut. Tag made to Joe. He and Shibata trading chops against the chest of Sabian before Joe hits a senton. Kip tags Nick Wayne, who faces the same suffering as Shibata, and Joe stare down Christian Cage. He tags in only for to tag right back out, leading to more suffering for Nick as he is sent to the corner of the Ops. He takes several chops and as the trio tags, leading Hook to causing even more damage. Hook sets up Nick as he tags in Shibata only for Wayne to start fighting back to take control of the situation to go to an ad break. Back from the break, Ops are back in as Shabbat continues to go after Nick Wayne. Sabian gets the tag to help wear the wrestler down. Tag made to Hook, who sends Cage out of the ring before going back after Wayne, getting a near fall in the process. Chaos ensues with all six men going at it, sending sending Cage out of the ring for a diving after blocking a kill switch attempt. Wayne and Hook back in the ring. Wayne has the FTW champion set up for Wayne's World, but he gets trapped in a wedge room, and Joe keeps Cage from getting it back in the ring as Nick taps out. Winning submission to Ops. The Ops celebrate their win as we get an announcement via graphic that MJF Page has been made official for Revolution. Then we hype up for our main event as a Statlander Bling matches with a street fight between Powerhouse Hobbs and Big Bill coming up next. Then go to commercial break. We get a look back at 8 Ring of ROH Global Worlds when Bandito pinned Chris Jericho in the trios during a trios match. Backstage, Renee asked Jericho if he accomplished what he wanted by being pinned. Something that Jericho doesn't appreciate. He talks about how he could get her fired for he talking about his accomplishments. For about the millionth time, he runs down Bandito, but congratulations him on pinning him last weekend, offering him a shot at the Ring of Honor World Championship on Collision. He says the bounty is out the window here, promising to make people treat Chris fucking Jericho more seriously before leaving. Now we head back to ringside for our next match as Powerhouse Hobbs heads down to the ramp for a good reaction. We get a glimpse of the weapons already available in the street fight as Big Bill makes his entrance as we get underway right away. Street fight: Bill Hobbs versus Big Bill. The two-man trade punches at the ringside, with the action quickly spills into the crowd for a walk and brawl before Hobbs gets the upper hand. He brings Big Bill back to ringside, attacking him on the barricade. But Big Bill fights back with a mixer and a keyboard to take Hobbs down a notch or two. He goes to the ring, grabbing a wrench underneath the Powerhouse, nearly avoids disaster. He fights back with a steel chair, slamming it back into the back of Big Bill to keep him at bay until Bill connects with his wrench at the head of Hobbs. The crowd chants, "We want tables." And Big Bill tells them silently what he thinks of their demands before going for the ring steps. He pulls them away before charging at Hobbs with a big boot to the face. And he brings the Powerhouse over the steps for a urinary, sending Hobbs crashing to the top of the thud as we go to an ad break. Back from break, Bill has entered the ring to a prop table in the corner as Hobbs collects himself enough to pick up a trash can to slam the big man with. Bill is down as Hobbs drops the can, hoisting up Bill until Brian Keith comes down into the ring with a chair. This is stopped as Hobbs sends him through the table with a chokeslam. But the distraction allowed Bill to send him out of the ring to the ramp. He leaves the ring to go after the Powerhouse, who responds by slamming him to the ring into the ramp. He turns his attention to the backpack that was noted earlier, slamming Big Bill with it before revealing the bricks inside. Bill tries to get to his feet, but is taken back down with a punch by Hobbs, who continues to beat down until Big Bill gets back to his feet once more, trading strikes with the Powerhouse. They go at it until Hobbs takes control, bringing Bill over the steps to slam his head over and over. Big Bill brings the big man to his feet, lifting him up and sending him to an announce table for a barbed wire on top. Big Bill is down and out and is able to 10 count as the ref calls for a bell. Winner via knockout, Bill Hobbs. We cut to backstage to hear from Big Brian Cage and Lance Archer, who recently made a statement toward the Hurt Syndicate and challenged the champions for a collision. Back at ringside, we get the official announcement of Double or Nothing coming to Phoenix to a big prop from the crowd. We are then greeted by the arrival of our new AEW Women's World Champion. As Timeless Toni Storm heads to the ring after a being Mariah May at the Grim Slam, Australia. He talks about May being the woman from hell, but stealing everything from her. She is proud of beating Mariah with the biggest package you've ever seen. Alluding to the smallest package on Pinfall on Saturday, shielding the upcoming Queen of the Ring film she's starring before using a challenge to any woman she wants to shot. And win the Richter, because God is woman and her name is Timeless. The spotlight shines brightly on the new champion, much to appreciation from the crowd. We get the video package for Gabe Kidd, who's coming to AEW Collision this Saturday, for hyping up other matches for Saturday as well as what's left on the card for tonight. Up next, we will see Chris Statlander taking on Megan Bang. Backstage, Will Nightingale talks about Death Riders attacking her last week, accidentally predicting her future in process as Marina Shafir blindsides her once again. She and Moxley forced the camera's operator to follow them into the ring where Claudio Castagnoli and Rita Yuta. The pair join Mox while Mox grabs the microphone. He says that the champion is in his arena, is his ring. No one talks about going to issue a challenge to him like there's somebody. He talks about Cope challenging for a world title at Revolution, but that he nearly popped up the Radar Superstar's head off, and that Cope wants to show up at Revolution to he'll finish the job. This brings out Switchblade as Jay White heads down the ramp for finding himself stalked by Pac. Jay music stops and is replaced by that of Cope as the Radar Superstar slides off the ring from the crowd. And this leads to a brief brawl with the appearance of the nail bar before the Death Riders quickly make their escape for the crowd. Cope has a mic in his hand as he tries to follow up the world champ, and he lets Mox know that these people are not Mox's Copes. Not Mox's, but Copes. He then calls the champ a coward, promising to take out Mox's Goon Squad one by one before he faces Mox at Revolution. We head to backstage once more as Mercedes Moné talks about beating Harley Cameron in Grand Slam, Australia, before we get a look back at an interview with Mama Blade, Mama Watanabe. Mama is an international women's green priest, women's green priest at Russell Dynasty. She makes it known she wants to challenge Moné for a AEW women's TBS title. Mercedes, not pleased by this revelation, telling her to come to Dynamite and tell her to her face. I don't know why in the world they're keeping that AEW TBS women's title on the CF on Mercedes Moné. Back at ringside, Chris Statlander makes her way down to the ramp for our next match. Megan Bang makes her entrance next as we get a look at what led this match before things get underway. Chris Statlander versus Megan Bang. The two women stare at each other down before going at it, with Statlander soon being taken down by Bang, who gets a near fall. Chris fights back, sending Megan to the corner for some mounted punches before Bang catches her. Statlander heads to the opposite corner running for a shoulder tackle and gets laid out with a spear by Megasis, sending the crashing into the canvas as we go to an ad break. Back from the break, Statlander has regained control and she sends Bang down with his kick to the near fall. Bang fights out with a Wednesday Night Fever attempt. sending the former AEW Women's TBS Champion to the apron before laying in some shots until Crest Statlander drops her into the hardest part of the ring. It doesn't take her long before Megan to fight back, however, as she hoists Chris into the ring with a German suplex for her, sending Statlander into the corner. The two fight it out before Bang is pushed away by Statlander, and the ref checks on her as Fornell before it drops Statlander off the turnbuckle. This allows Megan to pick up the win after slamming Statlander down into the mat, hard onto the mat. Winner by pinfall, Megan Bang. Ford immediately goes after Statlander following the match, with Bang joining until Thunder Rosa comes to the ring with a steel chair for the save. This sends Ford and Bang up in retreat as we cut to a backstage. We hear from Max Caster as he addresses the open challenge not going the way he was expecting. He has another one for a collision, promising a win on Saturday, as you can't be the better best. Back at ringside, we are asked to show some love for Ricochet, who comes down to the ring, precisely zero love from the crowd. He runs down the Phoenix crowd before saying he'll talk directly to the people watching from home. He talks about the difference between the winners and losers. He is insisting he is a winner after he pins Square Strickland in the middle of the ring. He addresses wearing the embassy robe. Embassy robe. Wait, hold on. Did I say embassy? Hold on. Yeah, embassy robe, and how it matters less than wearing championships that he is where there is Ricochet's sights are set in 2025. He promises that Ricochet will be a champion in 2025 because he is too good looking not to be. Swerve Strickland's music hits. We see Prince Nana heading to the ring as Nana. He is asked to swear to he is asked to swear to stay home, as he has talked to Ricochet one on one. They've been beefing up and down to the road, but Ricochet is wearing something that doesn't belong to him. Nana has been in this business for 30 years, and that rope has a lot to do with it. It represents pride and integrity. Those that Nana has walked through and those we've lost. One thing about that robe is anyone wearing it does so with honor after earning the opportunity to do so, and Nana never gave Ricochet that opportunity. If he wants to prove he is the winner, he says he is. All Ricochet has to do was to give that robe back, to which Ricochet says, take it. And Prince is hesitant to try it. Ricochet mocks him for saying he is not going to give it back, dropping the mic to leave the ring as commentary hypes up for our main event up next. Commercial break. We head to ringside for our main event as Roderick Strong comes out first, accompanied by Undisputed Kingdom. Out next is Orange Cassidy, returning to AEW for the first time in 6 weeks as this match gets underway. Revolution International Championship Series, Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. After a slow start, the two men lock up to trade holds before Strong takes control. But Cassidy takes control, taking Roderick down before leaving the ring. He gets a hug with Kyle O'Reilly, which seems to get Adam Cole in a sour mood as Cassidy gets back in the ring, only to be taken down by Roderick, who leaves the ring for a hug of his own with Adam Cole. Strong goes back in the ring, but Orange fights back before getting one more hug from Kyle, only to be taken to the mat by Strong upon his return to the ring. Roger gets Cassidy in an abdominal stretch, keeping him at bay as we go to an ad break. Commercial break. Back from break, Cassidy takes control with the DDT from the apron, sending Strong to the mat. Roger starts to fight back with Cassidy, gets his hands in his pocket, setting him up for a running drop kick. Strong goes after him in the corner, but is sent to the turnbuckle as Orange goes for another DDT. That has a Stone Dog Millionaire are counted out, but Cassidy manages to catch Roddy out on a third try with a DDT. He takes that Strong down hard for a near fall with a second attempt ending the same way. He sets up for an orange punch from the corner, but is met with a running knee and a backbreaker by Strong. He gets a near fall for his efforts. He sets Cassidy up for a strong hold, but is cradled for a near fall instead. Cassidy gets caught for a strong hold after this, but makes it to the ropes for a forcer break. Cassidy heads to the top ropes, but is met with a pop-up backbreaker and a second backbreaker for a good measure. But the end of the heartache is blocked, leading an orange punch that earns Cassidy for the win. Winner by pinfall, Orange Cassidy. With the win, Orange Cassidy faces Kanazuki Takeshita for next week for the AEW International Championship, with the winner facing Kenny Omega at Revolution. Tony Schiavone is in the ring to get a few words from Cassidy, but the interview was cut off by the arrival of the Don Callis family. Callis runs down Cassidy before Takeshita and Mark Davis look to beat him ahead of the title match next week, only for Kenny Omega to run down for the save. This doesn't last long as the family starts to take control until Cassidy takes the champ down with a Stun Dog Millionaire before he and Omega force the pair out of the ring. The family stare down Cassidy and Omega, the latter noticing the champ left his title before raising the title up to a high chagrin of the champion. He then looks across to Orange Cassidy, a man who may be facing him at Revolution depending on how next week goes, before Dynamite comes to a close with Omega keeping the title on his shoulder. Man, what are they gonna do? Tony Khan, what are they gonna do? I mean, once again, this is terrible. I mean, WWE. I mean, what's going on with these wrestling companies? With WWE and AEW, man. Things not getting any better. I don't know about Ring of Honor, but this is just garbage. We all know New Japan Pro Wrestling's doing much better. All Japan Pro Wrestling's doing much better, and stuff like what else? Major League Wrestling's doing fine though in NWA, but AEW and AEW, yeah, that's just crap. Now it's time for something I like to do, and all I know what it's time for. With the music playing, I'll be right back. Let's see. It's time for. Introducing Domino. Sorry about the ad. It's time for Justin's Timeline History, all the wrestling birthdays, history, pop culture, all that stuff. All you hear, I think, was a theme from Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. I can't wait for his 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025. This movie was released on July 3rd, 1985. Cannot wait. Let's get down to business. Let's see. Let's go to yesterday, February the 18th. Certain rate, same thing to load. Okay. Let's see. Yesterday would have been a happy 107th birthday to WWE Hall of Famer. I'm giving you a hint who this man is. Give you a hint. Listen to me, you pencil neck geek. And you know who I'm talking about. WWE Hall of Famer, Class C Freddie Blassie. Raymond Rougeau turned 70 yesterday. And Vanna White turned 68. Y'all, you remember her? She was like a guest she was a guest she was a celebrity guest at a WrestleMania 4 in 1988. I love Vanna White. Let's see. Yesterday would have been was a happy 45th birthday to Hideki Suzuki, Japanese wrestler. Larry Sweeney would have been 44 yesterday. He died of a suicide on April 11th, 2011. And now let's see what else. Let's go to the birthdays. Other birthdays. See, wrestling history for yesterday. 1985, New York's Madison Square Garden, 20,000 were in attendance. Format of the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE. The War, MTV aired the special called The War to Settle the Score. Johnny Ross defeated Jose Luis Rivera. Hillbilly Jim defeated Rene Goulet. Don Morocco defeated Salvatore Bellomo. Moondog Spot and Rick Morale fought in the draw. David Sammartino defeated Moondog Rex. Nikolai Volkov defeated Sway Hansen. Lana Kai defeated Randy Richter, become the new WWE Women's Champion. Yeah, due to interference by Fabulous Moon interfered, costing her the title, costing Randy Richter the title. Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda defeated the Assassin and Spoiler to become WWE Tag Team Champions. Paul Orndorff defeated Tony Atlas. Jimmy Superfly Snuka defeated Bob Orton Jr. And the Immortal Hulk Hogan defeated Roddy Piper by DQ to retain the WWE title. What happened was Mr. T came out to help him, and Cyndi Lauper came in to help him. And this had to lead up to WrestleMania, to the first ever WrestleMania, next after the next month, March 31st, 1985. Let's see. See. See, hold on a second. Wait. Let's see what else. Then I'll proceed Primetime Wrestling. Primetime. Yeah, wait, move to another day. That's right. Okay, let's see now. 1995 on WWF WCW Pro, CWCW Pro. See WCW Pro picture problems at the beginning. WCW Pro matches on the show include Fine Brian Pillman versus Tom Morton, The Butcher versus Tom Morton, Super Bowl 5 Control Center Harlem Heat versus unknown tag team, feature Hulk Hogan versus Vader. As hours for WCW Fall Brawl, Super Bowl 5. Diamond Dallas Page Arm Wrestling Challenge versus Dave Sullivan doesn't take place. And Alice Ray versus Paul Roman, all known who won that one. See WCW Fall Brawl feature a video package on WCW US Champion Vader to promote Vader versus WCW World Champion Hulk Hogan and Super Bowl 5, include vision and promoting Sergeant Craig Pickman on following the week's show. Brad Armstrong pinned Bobby Eaton at 5-2, blocking a slingshot suplex attempt using an inside cradle. Let's see what else. Now on the night, let's see in 1995. Let's see. Okay, on WWF Superstars in West Palm Beach, Florida, Hakushi defeated Buck on Quartermain. In WWF WWE Tag Team Champions, the Smoking Guns fought the New Head Shrinkers to a double countout when both teams began brawling on the outside of the floor. After the Blue brothers, Jacob and Eli Blue, with Uncle Zebekiah, prevented Fatu from pinning Billy to win the match. The Blues appeared in the ringside early in about and stayed in the aisle long enough to hear the announcement of the decision. Razor Ramon defeated Bill Payne. Quang defeated Ricky Santana. Then we see and then they show Bret Hart receiving getting a recipient award, a little bit of a reward presentation from Bret the Hitman Hart on that day. On WWF Mania, they show hosted by Todd Pettengill and Stephanie Wine on the USA Network. The show clip highlights of the new head shrinkers facing off against Well Done, Shawn Michaels versus Adam Bomb, and Oliver Antonio versus Ray Hudson. Then later on WCW Saturday night, just hours before Super Bowl V, Bubba Ray on TBS Bubba Ray, Big Bubba, we know was the Big Boss Man, late Big Boss Man, via Scott D'Amore. The Nasty Boys defeated Greg Sawyer and Rick Rogers. The Bunkhouse Sports defeated Adam Flash. Kevin Stone defeated Scott Sandlin. Paul Roman defeated Tim Horner. Alex Wright defeated Dave Dalton. The Blacktop Bullet defeated Billy Wayne. World Tag Team Champions Harlem Heat defeated Scott Armstrong and Mike Davis. And Johnny B. Bad fought WCW TV champion Arn Anderson to a draw. In pop culture on this day in 1990, on February 18, 1995, ABC, produced by Walt Disney Television, aired a made TV movie called, which is a remake of the 1966 Disney, 1969 Disney film starring Kurt Russell called The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, and stars Kurt Russell, Growing Pains star teen heartthrob Kirk Cameron in the movie. And see. See what else? Say Princeton show. There was a Smoky Mountain Princeton show at Princeton, West Virginia. Robert Gibson defeated Unborn by DQ. Jerry Whiteboy defeated Buddy Landau by DQ. Boo Bradley defeated Mr. Wrestling 95 by DQ. Defeated Mr. Wrestling 95. New Jack defeated Tracy Smothers. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson defeated D'Lo Brown and Mustafa Saeed. Ricky Morton defeated unknown participants in the Battle Royal. See what else. See what else. Let's go to 2005 now. See 2005. Okay, on Impact Wrestling, it showed All Falls Weapon at TNA Against All Odds 2005, past Sunday. And Ron True Killings with BJ James and Conan defeated Michael Shane with Kazarian. Naturals and Chase Stevens defeated Buck Quartermain and Lex Lovett. Phi Delta Slam, Big Telly and Bruno with Big Trinity defeated Mikey Batts and Romeo. Chris Gandino defeated Chris Sabin and Shark Boy in a three-way dance. Lance Hoyt with Kid Cash versus My Bond ended in no contest. See. 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 Trying to see what else. See. See. Trying to see. Okay, to pop culture, 2005, a couple movies released in theaters. Constantine, starring Keanu Reeves and Rachel Weisz. And a family movie called Cousin Winnie Dixie, starring Anna Sophia Robb, Jeff Daniels, Cicely Tyson, Lacey Thompson, and even Marie Saint. And Dave Matthews release. Harlan Williams was in Harlan Williams also. And Son of the Mask, starring Jamie Kennedy, Alan Cumming, and Jamie Kennedy and Alan Cumming was a spin-off of The Mask, was starring Jim Carrey. Oh, it's a sequel to The Mask. Yeah. See, let's go to 2015. Okay, on NXT. Rhino defeated Elias Sampson, Enzo Amore, How You Doing, and Colin Cassidy with Carmella defeated Vaudevillains, Aiden Ingles and Simon Gotch. Sasha Banks defeated Blue Pants. Kevin Owens defeated Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville. Okay. See what else. See what else. See what else. Trying to see what else. See what else. Let's see what else. Hold on 1 second. Trying to see what else. Okay, let's go to today's February 19th now. Let's see February 19th. Okay, Humberto Garza. Mexican wrestler. He would have been 88. Humberto Garza. He would have been 88 years old today. Late Humberto Garza. Late John Minton, better known as WWE Hall of Famer Big John Studd. He would have been 77 years old today. He died of liver cancer and Hodgkin's disease on March 20th, 1995. Very tragic passing. Let's see. Sean Spears, some of you know as Ty Dillinger. And Dillinger, his real name is Ronnie Arneal, Canadian wrestler. Sean Spears, he turned 44 years old today. He went 44 today. He's 44 years old today. Now let's see some wrestling history for today. See. Okay, on this day, 1985, on WWF Primetime Wrestling, they show clips of hosted by Jesse Ventura and Jack Reynolds, produced by Recave with John Valentine defeated especially Delivery Jones from this Madison Square Garden, December 28th, 1984. The Junkyard Dog defeated Paul Kelly 305 with a power slam. This was Junkyard Dog's Madison Square Garden debut, December 28th, 1984, Madison Square Garden. Salvatore Bellino defeated Johnny Brodz December 28th, 1984, Madison Square Garden. World Martial Arts Champion Antonio Inoki defeated David Schultz. Schultz and Inoki's last MSG appearance. This was December 28th, 1984, Madison Square Garden. The Cobra defeated the Black Tiger to win the vacant World Wrestling Entertainment Junior Heavyweight title with WWF. World Wrestling Federation Junior Heavyweight title with a Tombstone Senton Powerbomb off the top after the bout. The Black Tiger attacked the Cobra after Cobra offered to shake hands. Moments later, the Cobra retaliated, hitting Tiger with a steel chair. This was December 28th, 1984, Madison Square Garden. Jimmy Snuka and Tonga Kid fought Roddy Piper and Bob Owen to a double DQ at 14th minutes and 58 seconds when all four men began brawling in the ring and Snuka showed the referee to Matt. After Matt, Snuka and Tonga cleared the ring out of position. This was December 28, 1984 in Madison Square Garden. Barry Windham defeated Mr. Fuji at his 19-second mark with a Bulldog 12:28. This was 12 December 28, 1984 in Madison Square Garden. Mike Rotoni, we know, was Erwin Shyster defeated Red Goulet 10:38 with an airplane spin December 28th, 84, Madison Square Garden. In WWE champion Hulk Hogan defeated Iron Sheik. Oh, someone's making me laugh. Sorry, everybody. With Freddie Blassie with the power 331 with the power slam and leg drop. This was December 28th, 1984 at Madison Square Garden. And let's go to some other wrestling history. See, okay, wrestling challenge on this day, 1990, February 19th, 1995. Featured Ray Rougeau conducting an in-ring interview with Shawn Michaels, in which Michaels said everyone in WWE was jealous of him and that he had found a bodyguard to watch his back and would reveal that man following night on Monday Night Raw included a music video tribute to WWE champion Big Daddy Cool Diesel, known as Kevin Nash, says entrance music. Intercontinental champion Jeff Jarrett with the Road, who knows Road Dogg Jesse James. Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody. Defeated Leroy via submission with a figure 4 at 320. Bob Holly defeated Bob Cook at 240 with an elbow drop off the top. And Heaven Bars defeated Bill Weaver with an unknown wrestler. Alan Baum pinned Sonny Pure at 201 with a clothesline off the top. Ricky Medlock off the Blackfoot and Leonard Ricky Medlock of Blackfoot and Leonard Skinner fame was the guest ring announcer for the bout. Man on a Mission with Oscar defeated Barry Horse and Steven Sierra at 241 when Mo would pin Sierra with a sidekick following a slash to the corner by Mabel. Henry Garner pinned Jim Tilquist with a slide drop around at 216. Let's see. Okay, on WWF Action Zone on this day in 1995, Bob Backlund with Owen Hart defeated David British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith with Bret Hitman Hart VDQ at the 12:30 mark when Bret attacked Backlund as Bulldog was caught in the crossface chicken wing. Moments later, Owen assaulted Bret outside the ring. After match, Bret attempted to get at Backlund before Owen pulled Backlund from the ring and left the ring. That's what happened. Yeah. Let's see. WCW main event pre-show prior to Super Bowl V. Paul Orton defeated Brad Armstrong. Stars and Strikes defeated Romeo Valentino and Dino Casanova. And WCW TV champion Arn Anderson defeated Johnny B. Bad to retain the title in Lumberjack match. Let's see. let's see. Now WCW Fall Brawl took place on this day in 1995, in Baltimore, Maryland. CFG Bank Arena, formerly known as Royal Farms Arena, Baltimore Arena, First Mariner Center in Baltimore, Maryland. 13,390 were in attendance. Super Bowl five. Alex Wright defeated Paul Roman. Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeated Bunkhouse Buck. Kevin Sullivan defeated his storyline brother Dave Sullivan. Rest in peace, Kevin Sullivan. In Harlem Heat with Sherry Martel defeated the Nasty Boys by DQ. Brian Knobbs and Jerry Saggs. Blacktop Bully defeated the American Dream Dustin Rhodes. Blacktop Bully was formerly I think Smash of Demolition and Ace in the Hole and Repo Man in WWE. And Dustin Rhodes, we know, was Goldust in WWE. The Macho Man Randy Savage and Sting defeated Avalanche, we know, was Earthquake. And Bubba Rogers, we know, was the Big Boss Man. Rest in peace to Macho Man Randy Savage and Avalanche and Big Bubba Rogers. May they all rest in peace. Sting is still alive. And Hulk Hogan defeated Vader by DQ to retain the WCW World Heavyweight title. Yeah, the Harlem Heat, the match between Harlem Heat and Nasty Boys was for the WCW Tag Team titles. Let's see, 2005. 2005. This is before this is for the SmackDown brand. Though they've lost before No Way Out 2005. Charlie Haas defeated Rene Dupree. Henry Wright defeated Mike Mondo. And Hardcore Holly defeated Kenzo Suzuki with Hiroko. Sorry. Let's see what else. See, let's see, trying to think. Think for a second. See what I'm trying to think. What else? See on WWE Superstars, Fandango defeated the Fandango with Rosamandus defeated Anna Rose. Jack Swagger defeated Curtis Axel by submission. And on Thursday Night SmackDown on this day, just hours before Fastlane, Daniel Bryan defeated The Miz by submission with Damien Sandow. Ryback defeated Kane. R-Truth defeated Bad News Barrett. The Ascension defeated New Day. Roman Reigns defeated Luke Harper. Big Show defeated Eric Rowan. Paige defeated Karen by submission. Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso with Jey Uso and Naomi versus Tyson Kidd ended in no contest. And Seth Rollins with Kane and the Big Show defeated Dolph Ziggler with Eric Rowan and Ryback. And as the show ended. And there was a dark match in the beginning of the match. Fandango defeated Bull Dempsey. In a dark match, Dean Ambrose, John Cena, and Roman Reigns defeated the Authority, Kane, Seth Rollins, and the Big Show. And I think I got that covered right now. I got that one covered. Got that all covered. Yeah, I got it all covered. And so that's it from my got everything covered. So subscribe to me, the Godfather Soldiers of Slimming. Hit like, make, comment on my video. And now I'm gonna close out the show with a little bit of music. This #1 hit R&B single from 1985 called called Lover Girl by the late Tina Marie, and I miss her. I grew up love her music. Let me find the music. Close out the show. As a late Chad Henshaw, I always just say I like to dress up like Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown. Like to get in a hot tub, gonna be sweat, gonna be dry, gonna be wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live. I never grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. I saw the reruns of Saturday Night Live when I was little on Comedy Central. So here it is, close out the show tonight. Lover Girl by the late R&B, late blue eyed soul musician Tina Marie. She was the White Queen of Soul. Some of you might say the White Queen of Soul, and she was missed. I miss her. I love Miss Marie. So here it is, close out the show. This #1 hit R&B single from 1985, Lover Girl. Lover Girl by Tina Marie. So have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace.